And a good Thursday afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Banfield and Ford Courtside. We're in session. I'm Jack Ford. Ashley is off for today. And they are in session in this courtroom in Las Vegas. The first of the two matters we're covering today. The other is the murder trial in Woburn, Mass. We'll get to that a little bit later. But right now, Judge Jackie Glass presiding. O.J. Simpson, two other defendants. Their case is scheduled for trial September 8th, and they are dealing now with some legal issues. Some of them are things that were taking place inside of the courtroom. One that did not get resolved, but it is fairly curious. And it's essentially a request by O.J. Simpson's attorney, and it focuses on taped conversation between O.J. Simpson and the bail bondsman who brought him back to court. Can you explain that for us?
What Miguel Pereira did was he had an audio recorder in his pocket, and he turned it on, and it was recording the entire time when he told O.J. Simpson why he had flown to Florida, when they got on the plane, for the entire flight back to Las Vegas. And there's about 10 hours of recording. The prosecution has that. It appears as though that they want to use at least some of that in this trial. Plus, you have a motion to suppress by the defense, and it's based on constitutional rights that of O.J. Simpson that his defense counsel believed were abridged, and he was not afforded those rights.
Hey, Gene, stay with us for a moment, because I want to bring our guests, Mike Farkas and Remy Spencer, into this conversation, because I think it's delicate here. Hey, Mike, how about this? If you're the prosecutor, what are you saying to the judge in response to what the defense is arguing here?
Well, they were saying that this is obviously not a law enforcement agent. He was acting on his own volition. Even if we knew about it, even if we wanted him to do it, he's still a private citizen, and the constitutional right does not apply to private citizens. However, I think it's an intriguing argument. I'd like to see the opposition by the prosecutor, because the defense motion is pretty strong. It's at the 11th hour. I don't know how that's going to affect this, but it's a pretty well-written motion, and I've litigated issues like this in New York State, a very similar law in New York State, about a government agent acting. It could be a mother of a defendant, it could be a sister or a friend of the defendant who the prosecution or the police have asked to wear a wire or make a phone call on their behalf. Those statements have been suppressed, so this could be an intriguing issue.
So it's not enough, Mike, then just the fact that the prosecution wants to use it is not enough for a judge to say, yes, he was an agent of the government or the prosecution here? There has to be more of a showing than that?
Yeah, not only that the prosecution knew about it or would be happy with it or would like it. They have to really direct it. They have to transform the private citizen into an agent of the government. Right. And one of the ways to show that, it's actually the second prong of the test in this particular state, that the person acting did so for reasons other than his own interest, meaning for the government's interest.
And a good Thursday afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Banfield and Ford Courtside. We're in session. I'm Jack Ford. Ashley is off for today. And they are in session in this courtroom in Las Vegas. The first of the two matters we're covering today. The other is